if you really get desperate and you know what you want to do artistically, like you have to find ways to create opportunities for yourself ultimately. And people keep saying that, but it's absolutely true. Like, you know, if you know that you want to be a certain type, and that type isn't revealing itself to you, or you keep getting rejection after rejection after rejection, like go write that, go figure it out. If you don't know how to write, take a screenwriting class. Maybe you've got a buddy who writes, talk to them about writing you a part or something. Like find that opportunity, find that. And if you really commit to it with integrity and you make something that you're genuinely proud of and that you bring to people and it resonates with other people, that will be way more of a calling card for you than any opportunity given to you externally, even if you execute on it well. So it's always best, I think, to like try to find ways to make something of yourself and tell the world like, this is who I am, not be like me, I'm available, like give me stuff. Like tell the world this is who I am, like take it or leave it. I feel like that's a much better recipe for success. Let's round of applause everybody right now.
Round of applause. You know, we're doing the best we can. 2026 is here and we're just, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I am so excited to have these two guests. This is the first official podcast of 2026. Ooh. So like no pressure to either one of you, but you kind of got to kill it.
Okay.
This is intro to 2026 Damn It Danny podcast. And friends, we have here Harry and we have Alex. And I did not look at their last names, so I do apologize, gentlemen. But at the end, we'll wrap up and make sure everyone knows where to find you. So, how are we doing?
Pretty good. Pretty calm today. Yeah.
Pretty calm.
It's great to be here in this beautiful studio. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We're live, laugh, loving. So we were talking about favorite dishes, you know, very official stuff before we began. And Alex, you didn't get to go yet.
Oh, man. Well, okay. I guess we're starting it off bougie.
Yes.
Look, it's a hard to get this and it's hard to get it right. But when it's right, it's right. And that's a lobster mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Especially on the East Coast where I grew up. I mean, like I have like a core memory. Like for my birthday, we went to a restaurant, got the lobster mac and cheese. And, you know, late at night sometimes when I'm feeling lonely, I just think about that moment and just like wish I could bring myself back there.
Is there a better time to have mac and cheese than when you're lonely? Because I don't think that there is.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I don't think there is. Yeah, it just doesn't hit the same. It's like
a
nice warm hug to the inside of your mouth.
It is. It's a good comfort food. What kind of cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great.
Was in the lobster mac and cheese.
Oh, man. I don't know, but I needed seconds. That's all I could say. I don't know.
Fair.
Probably some nice sharp cheddar in there. Maybe like a little sprinkling of Parmesan on the top.
Ooh.
Gotta have the panko breadcrumbs. Have to. So, I don't know.
I was going to ask if there were breadcrumbs, because if there wasn't breadcrumbs, it would literally be a crime.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back because the listeners didn't hear it. So, Harry.
Oh, yeah. I was just like, sushi.
Sushi.
I got to go with sushi just because it's so good, you know? And it's like, I mean, you can go wrong if they don't prepare it right. But at the same time, it's like, I'm willing to take a risk.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That is quite a gamble, like with seafood in general, because if it is not good or if it is not prepared right, it could be bad.
Yeah.
It could be bad.
And you were saying it's discounted in the evenings. So is that because the fish got an expiration date or what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Like a shelf life. You've only got so long with the sushi.
That is true. I think fish goes bad faster than other meats. I think. I would say maybe they're just trying to clear the shelf. But I love going to Little Tokyo. So like the Japanese Village Plaza there's like a supermarket, and yeah, their stuff is really good.
Are you hitting it right at like 7 p.m.? Is that like the time you know that it's like on the shelf ready to rock and roll?
No, I like to go there just like 6:55 just to be safe.
Okay,
you know, just so they have exactly what I need and nothing's like out of stock.
Yep, that's good. That's good. Are you guys punctual? Like, are you punctual like on time? Like, are you like just getting on time? Are you running late? Like, what's the vibe usually?
Ooh.
Because I know you're both in the film industry, so
punctuality is key.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, time is money.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I get in this weird pattern where I plan my day perfectly and then I execute it perfectly, and then like 3 steps outside the house, I forgot something or something happened. And like, it was all perfect for me to be 15 minutes early, and now I'm 10 minutes late, and I'm like, come on, like, I'm better than this. Why does this keep happening? So that's kind of the pattern I'm trying to break in 2026 resolutions.
Oh, we love a New Year's resi. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
It depends on Google Maps. You know, sometimes I'll just get into like a heated argument with Google Maps. I'm like, well, you just told me to go this route, and now it's pulling up a new route out of thin air. And I'm just like, what? And I kind of like, I doubt myself, and I'm like, I kind of know which route I need to take, but Google Maps says that this is faster. And then I just show up and I'm like, this is what the gods ordained.
Right.
Yes.
It's what the Google gods are telling you to do.
Exactly.
The self-questioning is so true.
Yes.
But the one that bamboozles me the most, that I have a bone to pick with, is Waze. Have either one of you used Waze?
No. What is that?
Don't.
Oh,
Don't.
okay.
Everyone says it's like the superior to like Google or like Apple, but it takes you on these like spiritual journeys. Like you go on these
like
roads that like you've never needed to be on before in your life. And like it's somehow like it doesn't get you there any quicker. And you went on a side quest. I hate it. I hate it.
See, you need time to soak up the spiritual journey.
Yes.
It needs to like just rest with you for a bit.
Right. And there's no resting when you're doing Waze
Gosh.
because it has you doing 45 turns in like 2 minutes.
Oh,
It's
man.
crazy.
Oh man.
Okay.
At one point, I think you like get out and like ride a giraffe up a hill, like in your car meets you at the top. It's bizarre.
So I should download it tonight.
You should.
On my way
That's
back home.
actually what I'm saying. So we're promoting Waze, and we're also
Okay.
going to promote Taco Bell as
Noted.
per
Oh, man.
usual.
Taco
The listeners know. They know
Yes.
that we love T-Bell here. It's,
Yeah, no judgment. It's great.
it is.
It is
It's
great.
kind of great. But we're going to move aside from driving and the foods and all the things, and let's talk about what you guys do. And you're both in the film industry, which I feel like I'm learning about because I had no exposure to it before I moved here to LA. So just please enlighten me. Like, what does the film industry look like right now? And are you gonna be okay?
I don't know. That's just such an open-ended question. That's like,
You-
oh my gosh, there's so many different ways to take that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Take it down any avenue you'd like to.
I think someone once described the film industry to me as like, it's like a wave,
Okay.
Sometimes it always changes
Yeah.
and people just find their way through it. I mean, like, it's fast, but then it's slow. There's dry spills,
Yeah.
and then it gets like sped up.
Okay.
So it's interesting. It really is. Like, you just have to jump in and like just go through it. I know it sounds very vague, but it is very much like a very malleable and like flexible thing.
Yeah.
The industry, it's always trying to open pathways, and there's always ways around it and into it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Like an ocean.
yeah. I think like the biggest, it's what everybody that moves to LA needs to accept is that the industry is bigger than you. Like, you cannot try to outshine it or get front cover. If you ever get to a point where you're front cover, first of all, you've got no agency, and second of all, like, there's puppeteering happening behind the scenes, and like, God bless the super talented people that are, constantly on the cover of the Hollywood Reporter and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But like, people that are outside of the industry or just entering it, they have this illusion like, oh, that's the person running things. It's like, newsflash, like, Brad Pitt, like, he's not running things. Like, someone's running him, and he's in a pretty blessed position, but also, like, if he starts thinking for himself too much, he's not going to be on the front cover anymore. And so, like,
Yeah.
I think once you get in a little deeper, it's about being honest with yourself. Like, is that actually something I want? And if you're really there for the artistry and you really just want to be in cool projects and immerse yourself, I think the two main things is, kind of, it goes in waves. Like, you can't get too up, you can't get too down. You can't constantly place expectations. You can place personal goals, like,
Yeah.
how much am I putting into my craft? Like, what am I studying? How am I staying involved? But you can't place external expectations on, like, how much am I booking? How much money am I making? And then the second thing is just like keeping in mind that it's that I just lost my thought.
Perfect.
But man, well, it's bigger than you, and I'm sure in like half an hour I'll remember exactly what I wanted to say. But it's bigger than you. Oh, here's what I wanted to say. So we can sniff that out for the real. But
We're going to keep it in.
if you really get desperate and you know what you want to do artistically, like you have to find ways to create opportunities for yourself ultimately. And people keep saying that, but it's absolutely true. Like, you know, if you know that you want to be a certain type, and that type isn't revealing itself to you, or you keep getting rejection after rejection after rejection, like go write that, go figure it out. If you don't know how to write, take a screenwriting class. Maybe you've got a buddy who writes, talk to them about writing you a part or something. Like find that opportunity, find that. And if you really commit to it with integrity and you make something that you're genuinely proud of and that you bring to people and it resonates with other people, that will be way more of a calling card for you than any opportunity given to you externally, even if you execute on it well. So it's always best, I think, to like try to find ways to make something of yourself and tell the world, like, this is who I am, not be like, me, I'm available, like, give me stuff. Like, tell the world, this is who I am, like, take it or leave it. I feel like that's a much better recipe for success.
Really driving your career.
Yes. Yeah.
It seems like in the film industry, you do really have to have some self-drive, you know, some self-motivation. And then I think part of it, at least from what I've been picking up on, is like kind of having that like self-confidence to like know that like things are going to ebb and flow, like you said, and just to kind of stick with it and not be discouraged if it's not going exactly the way that you maybe envisioned it.
Exactly. I want to kind of add to that. You have a great point, which is, you know, if nothing comes your way, if you can't get a part, you should go out there and still make something. Because I think waiting for the phone to ring, like most actors, can be such a frustrating thing, and you never know. And so much time will pass by. So why not just go and make opportunities for yourself? And, you know, in the industry, like everyone wants to kind of like fit in, but also you should take what's unique to yourself and let that be your way forward. You know, if you're trying to be like a certain amount of people in the industry already there, well, they're already there. So you might as well just be yourself.
Right.
I think that's the best thing to do.
Right. That part's already filled.
Yes.
Like, you know, you need to stand out in your own way and bring your own creativity. And both of you are filmmakers, right?
Yeah.
I guess I have a film degree. I guess I understand the mechanics
I've
of
studied
filmmaking. That's not even how I meant it.
No,
when you try to be humble, but you come off arrogant. No,
I'm just teasing you.
Yes.
I mean, I only say that because I haven't like formally like directed anything outside of school or anything like that. But I do plan for that to change in the future.
Okay.
I do, you know, I've got some things tossing and turning that I'm hoping to come to fruition in the future. But right now, you know, I've got kind of my acting career trying to get that kind of momentum just purely as a performer, but also on the back burner, I've got like, you know, projects that I want to come out with where I feel like I have a clear message, and like when the time comes, when the right community comes, I want to like plug and play what's around me to like really make those stories come out.
My point, like asking that, is like, what are you not seeing in the market, in the film market right now that you want to see without giving too much away?
I think I want to see people take a bit more risks.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Like if there's a story that you really want to tell, then, you know, find a way to tell it. And I get it. Like there are limitations. There are budgeting things that you need to take into account. But that shouldn't deter you from wanting to create something that, you know, is meaningful for you. I think just you got to find a way. And that's why I try to do with my short films, like whether it's just getting my friends and family involved or just working with people that I'm like, oh, you know how to do this. You're creative. Let's just make something together. Yeah, it's like, why not? You know, because if you keep waiting for the right moment, maybe it'll come, or maybe you might have missed an opportunity there. You know, you just, as artists and filmmakers, I think you need to keep your eyes open always to what's around you. You have to have a really good eye for your surroundings. And I mean, I just like stumble and hit a wall, but then when I really just try to pay attention to what's around me, I'm like, okay, this could work, and just be spontaneous and come up with stuff on the fly.
Okay. Are your friends and family like, oh my God, he's going to ask us to be in another film?
Gosh, you know, I thought it would be like that, but actually they've been really nice. Yeah, one of my aunties, like, she's like an auntie actually. She allowed us to film at hers and had my granduncle in a short film that I made. And it was one of the last projects I did back home before coming to LA.
Okay.
And it was just such a beautiful experience because I got to act with a family member, and I never thought I'd do that.
It is cool.
Yeah. It's a beautiful experience. And if anyone can get the chance to act with their family, you know, just do it. But yeah, it was so good. And it was right around COVID. And I remember the period very clearly. I think a lot of people do, where it's like we're all walled in. There's not much to do. We got to be smart, and, you know, we got to keep our distance. But when we did have like the go ahead, we were just like, okay, this is our chance. Let's go and film something.
Yeah. Well, it's such a memory too to have, you know, with your family. And, you know, that's like a timeless piece that'll just be living forever.
Absolutely.
That's very cool.
Thank you.
That's very cool. Are you asking your friends and family to do films with you?
Not quite. No.
You should.
You should.
Oh man, I don't know. What is friends and family? What is that? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you're from Boston, right?
I am
what
from
kind of
Boston.
reaction do you think you're gonna get?
Oh, interesting. Well, you know, I grew up in like an immigrant household, so I wouldn't say that my family is like indicative of like the Boston culture.
Okay.
And, oh man, should I get messy? I don't know. Should I get messy?
Where are your family
do you
from?
know what podcast you're on?
Okay, let's get messy, guys, because I'm from Boston, and I'm just going to say right now, I love everything about Boston except for the people, okay?
Ooh, hot take.
The people of Boston do not deserve that city. It is a gorgeous architecture. It is arguably the intellectual capital of the country. It's, you know, a piece of history, every cobblestone you walk down, and yeah, the people don't deserve it, to put it lightly, I think.
Shit.
And
okay, the vibe.
Yeah. So going back to your question, what's your question?
After that strong stance, I visited Boston, but I didn't really get a chance to like spend a lot of time there. So I really didn't get a chance to kind of like mingle with the locals. Like I feel like when you go to like a local bar, you go to like a baseball game, like, or like any sporting event, like you really get like the gist of like the culture and like the people there. So I'm kind of bummed I didn't get that, because Boston is just so historically known for just having strong personalities.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Let me get a little more nuanced, because I don't want to just like excise whatever.
Not blanket statement.
From.
Like Boston
just,
people.
Just burn that massive bridge with the place I spent 16 years of my life.
They're going to be coming for us.
With pitchforks. No.
Literally.
No, literally. But no, the thing about Boston is like, if you meet one person from Boston, they're probably incredibly sweet. Not the first time you meet them. There will be a stone wall there, but once you break through that, you could make a friend for life. And that's, I think, like the East Coast versus West Coast mentality is like people will be very upfront with you, and then like there's no like this fakeness or cordiality, but then if you break through that, you can really make a friend for life. But when I talk about like Boston people as, I guess, problematic, I more so mean like a mob mentality.
Gotcha.
If you get like 15 bean boys from Boston drunk in a pub, like,
what's a bean boy?
That's just my affectionate nickname for people from Boston.
Oh, okay.
Boston's Beantown. So just like if you get some lads from Boston, a couple pints, things aren't not gonna look good very soon.
See, now the culture's coming out. Now you're like really getting us, you know, you're giving us the feel for it.
Yeah. There will be some tomfoolery and some shenanigans. Yeah.
I mean, obviously. I mean, I would expect nothing less, especially from like cities. Like that's the city where I'm like, if I want to get into some shenanigans, it better happen.
It's a good shenanigan city.
Yes.
It's definitely a good shenanigan city, actually. Yeah, absolutely. There's stuff going on late at night. You know, before you know it, you're like looking at the river, and you somehow there's a cigar in your finger, and you have no idea how this developed, and you're so tired, but you're also so alive. I don't know. It's a vibe. That's why I say I love everything about Boston except the people.
That's fair.
What about Duncan?
Oh man, don't get me started on Duncan.
Good choice. Good thing to bring up.
Man.
You know, isn't Duncan like the mascot of Boston?
It basically is, other than Ben Affleck.
And Matt Damon.
Really is.
And Matt Damon, yes. They're like a package deal.
Exactly.
No, absolutely. Well, here's the thing with Duncan. I think it's a fine institution.
Oh, no.
I visited and all that stuff. It's just the mythos around Duncan that, especially in a city like Boston, feels a little unearned. It's like, guys, it's good coffee. It's a good sandwich. Munchkins are cool. But like, let's not bring this up to some like, it gets religious in Boston with that stuff, and
That's
that's where
fair.
it's like, okay, you don't have to like pray to the cold brew 5 times a day. Like, it's okay.
You might have to.
Maybe I'm not preaching to the choir here.
Okay, so
Some Bostonians are gonna come and be like, "What are you saying here?"
oh my god, my podcast is gonna be banned in Boston.
Oh,
after this.
no.
They're gonna be like, we are not. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. In the top 5 cities that are listening to this podcast, Boston's not one of them.
Okay.
So like, it's
Okay.
fine. But I will say, I was always a Starbucks girl. Always loved Starbucks. Always preferred Starbucks. I do like local coffee more. If I have the option to go, I will hit a local coffee shop. But when you're traveling, sometimes consistency is best. When you go to Dunkin', there's no consistency.
Wow.
Each one is different. But you know what I'm
Okay.
going to say? The older I've gotten, the more I like Dunkin'. I prefer Dunkin'
What do you
over
like?
Starbucks.
What's your
Whoa.
favorite thing on the menu at Dunkin'?
I thought you'd never ask. So I love just an iced coffee. I think they do iced coffee correct. Now, once you start putting flavors and other things in there, things can get a little crazy.
Yeah.
You can always tell by the color of the coffee if it's going to be good or not. So I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but like if it's too light, I'm like, this is going to be bad.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be a wild ride.
I like that egg and cheese croissant. As a kid, I used to order that all the
yes.
time.
Their
Like,
croissants are fire.
yeah.
So good.
And I was like, I'd beg my parents, let's go to Dunkin' Donuts just so I can get like an egg and cheese croissant. And my mom's like, well, you just had one like the other day. It's like, I know. But I need more.
Who cares? Like you need another one. And their flavors are also good. Like their coffee flavors, it's like cookie dough, butter pecan, maple syrup, whatever. Like they have everything. And I don't know. I think I've converted to being a Dunkin' girly. So I pray 3 times a day, I think.
You know what? You're making a strong case, and I might have to break out the book of Duncan tonight.
Okay. I think you should read an
Read the
excerpt.
good word.
We need more Dunkins in LA. We need to get more Dunkins in this town.
We do. And there's not a lot.
No.
There's like, I know of one.
Yeah, I know of like 2 or 3 because I am from Boston and I do go to a Dunkin' Donuts.
So you do
sometimes.
seek it out here in LA.
Yeah, once in a while,
All right.
sure, yeah.
Okay. Now it's coming out. Getting the truth. So Harry, where are you from?
Oh my God. So I was born and raised in America, from Queens.
Okay.
Yeah, Queens, Astoria. So shout out to all the Queens homies out there. When I was 9, my parents were like, okay, we're going to take you and your brother now and ship you guys to the Mediterranean.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Why?
because, you know, like who doesn't want to be in the Mediterranean? No,
That's fair.
my family are kind of like from there, from
Okay.
yeah. So,
He just put you on a plane and said, good luck.
yeah, and they were just like, goodbye. And they just sent me to like some small little island, and then I just had my little odyssey. No, it was an interesting time, but yeah, we lived there for over a decade. So I got to experience like being born in a big city
Mhm.
like New York, and then being raised in
Born again.
It was kind of like a second birth in a way. In Europe, and just getting to see the culture there. So it was like I was kind of like Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yeah.
I had the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Do you sing that every
Sorry,
day
I'm
to
an
yourself?
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
used to watch it. Anyway,
Where in the Mediterranean?
Cyprus.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's a beautiful island.
Yeah.
A lot of culture there, a lot of mythology, and yeah. So, you know, it's interesting because I still have a lot of like New York in me, but I also
Okay.
have like kind of like this Greek Cypriot culture in me that has stayed with me for a while, and I'm very grateful for both.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's something like in Europe that you really enjoyed that's not here in America?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little tip right here. It's a little secret.
All right, we're ready.
So fast food in Europe is actually considered like gourmet standard.
Ooh.
Like Burger King, since we're on the topic of fast food, like Burger King and McDonald's are actually really good in Europe.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if you go there, they might be very different, and they'll have like some special thing on the menu where they want to try it out there before bringing it to the States.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so you go there, and me and my friend would just be like, we're hitting up Burger King this week. Yeah, let's go to BB King. But no, it's like, okay, so yeah, I guess the food there, I would say, is a big thing.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's on my list of things I gotta do. Like, I gotta go to Europe.
Yeah.
I need spaghetti. I need a noodle from Europe. And once I do that, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. No sightseeing. I'm joking.
Wow.
But
Weather's nice, of course, depending where in Europe you are, but most of it is like very sunny, kind of like LA. And yeah, people there are very open, and there's a lot of hospitality and like a warmth, you know. It's interesting.
It does feel like a very like warm, like, I don't know, like area of the world. That was a very weird way to say that. But like just very inviting, very family dinners. Like it just seems like a little bit of a different culture than like maybe what we're used to, where everything's just very fast paced and you're just like kind of on to the next thing. So it just seems like a little bit of a slower, you know, really enjoying life, taking everything in. I've heard they do the nap thing, right?
Oh my gosh. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think places like Italy, they do that where it's like people just nap throughout the day.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah. Well, in Cyprus, people are like, we're going to go to a coffee shop outdoors and we're just going to sit. We're going to drink our little coffee and we're just going to sit there all day. Okay, maybe not all day, but just that's what we do just to relax.
Yeah.
Like that's our like meditation. And yeah, it's a very chill, lean back kind of culture now. Before it used to be like, oh, let's go to war with Sparta or Athens, you know, let's like just conquer.
That was a while ago.
Let's conquer the Peloponnesian. No, yeah,
Just like it was yesterday.
just like yesterday when good old King Agamemnon. No, like
Just jumping on Trojan horses.
exactly. Let's ransack Troy, and then they went from that to like, yeah, I would really like my frappe right now, please. Yeah.
I think you gotta have a balance in everything.
Yeah, it's interesting how things have shifted.
Yeah.
But yes, a balance.
You gotta have a balance in life. So I know that you're a part of a film that our dear friend of the podcast, Christian Allen, directed.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know a little bit about it. I watched the trailer and it feels very horror and campy and fun. And I love it. So just give me the insights.
Okay. This is a movie about redemption.
Okay.
It's about standing your ground, about defending your dignity, and vengeance, revenge. Yeah.
Okay.
And so
Inventions.
I'm kind of I'm the antagonist of the film, and I kind of represent everything wrong with like clique culture, with insider outsider culture, with you know, putting on facades, with putting somebody down to make yourself look better, which newsflash for everybody, that doesn't work. Okay. If you think that you picking on your buddy is going to like make other people like you, it makes you look bad. But my character doesn't get that memo, and he pays the ultimate price.
Oh shit.
He actually no spoilers, but there's hell to pay, and he pays it in full. So that's what that movie's about.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I loved like just the theatrics and the darkness. Like it kind of goes from like one scene at the beginning where it's like very fun and summery and light, and like it just takes this like dark turn towards the end. And I'm like, this looks so awesome. So I'm very excited. It's a super exciting project. It was part of a few festivals, right?
Yes. It was part of a few festivals. Oh man, I didn't get the packet. I can't remember the festivals off the top of my head, but
I think I have one written down.
Okay,
we can't let
you.
Christian down.
Bail me out.
We can't let him down. So LGBTQ plus short film of the year is what I have written down.
Wow. Yeah.
I also have written down that Christian said you're philosophical.
Oh, okay.
You're philosophical?
Try me.
That's what he said.
Interesting.
He said he's philosophical, away from his character, so not part of your character.
No.
The Eyes of Flies.
No, I don't think my character could spell philosophy.
Okay.
Nor would he want to try, because that's for nerds. But
ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
My mom's a philosophy professor, so I could not be further
JK.
away from that. Yeah, that's
amazing.
That's Roy talking, not Alex. But no, that yeah, that character is really fun to step into, and it took a lot for me to I kind of used it as motivation to like make a bit of like a body transformation, actually.
Okay.
I play a swim team captain, and I have very, very, very beginner level swimming, but I was like, I need to look like somebody that belongs in the pool. I want to feel like somebody that feels comfortable around the pool. I don't actually even get in a pool in the short film, but I was like, there's going to be a pool on set. And when I walk around that pool, I need to feel like that pool is my domain.
Yeah.
And so, 6 days a week in the gym, after every workout, I'm getting in the pool. I learned a few strokes. Like I really tried to embody this swim team captain, not just, your typical, just general run of the mill douchebag, but like a specific flavor of douchebag. This is what he's douchey about. This is what he's good at. Like, and just kind of hone in on that specific lane and kind of make it my own. So it was kind of like a marriage of this character with my identity, and then like having like a physical ritual to really like bring that connection home.
Right, bring it all together.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I pictured you at like a YMCA, just doing laps, just getting yourself in the character, just walking around the pool a little bit to get yourself comfortable. But it's funny that you don't like actually get in the pool. You know what I mean? During the actual film. But you were ready.
I was so ready. Front stroke, back stroke, like I figured it all out.
You're like, Christian, ask me to do any of this. I'm ready to go.
Please.
I'm ready to get into the pool. I'm ready to do it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Was there any inspiration that you pulled from or any characters to get yourself ready for Roy?
That's interesting. I wouldn't say explicitly so. No. But I will say like
anything in your life that you pulled from?
Well, I kind of created external environments for me to make it easier for me to access his mentality, his way of thinking. And one way that I did was once in the middle of a workout, I was like this song is like too nice for Roy. Like I need to make a playlist. So I made a playlist of just like what he would listen to. And
what was
like,
on the playlist?
Just a lot of like 2017 rap. Probably just a lot of like
some Hollywood Undead, maybe
yeah
some Eminem. I don't know.
Probably a little post Eminem, like Future, like a lot of Future, like a little Uzi, like that kind of stuff. Just full volume, like as loud as I can, like block out any thoughts of the tenderness that I possess in my heart. Just like full, like pump iron today. Like that's what I would drop into. And then, you take a nice shower and you wash all that off and you go back to being Alex. But for those moments, that was like my time to like drop into that and kind of furrow my brow and be that a little bit, so that when, Christian calls action a few months down the line, like I can access that on command.
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
How long did filming take?
Filming, we did it all in a weekend.
Oh wow. Shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we just ran right through it. It was a ton of fun. Christian had some family connections, I think, not far off set. So I literally crashed on the couch and we were right back to it the next day. So,
perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's like the perfect time, to like do a weekend, get the film, everything taken care of. So it doesn't disrupt your week schedule. It's short and sweet.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was like a nice little getaway, and it was a beautiful location too. It was like a gorgeous house, and it was just really fun.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk to you about your project, because you directed and wrote Jackals?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it.
Oof. Well, it's a horror film. It's a psychological, kind of like mysterious, like missing boy film.
Okay.
And I wrote it, and I have like this interest in like old horror movies, but also like psychological ones. And it's not too old, but like movies like Shutter Island.
Okay. All right.
Where it's like, there's something going on, but you don't know what it is. And I just wanted to craft a story really of like something that resonated with me, that was personal, but also something that would keep audiences on their toes.
Ooh. Okay. So if you were having a nightmare and you were being chased by some type of horror like figure, who would it be and why?
My mom. No, I'm kidding. I love my mom. I love my mom.
Can't cast her now.
Yeah, we'll cut that for her and we'll find her and send that to her.
Sorry, Mom. That's a great question. Geez, what kind of monster? It's gonna get a little philosophically deep here, but like I kind of think about dreams like as like our minds trying to tell us something or make sense of like something. So sometimes like maybe it's like running from like myself or like a version of myself where something is going astray and there's something off. I think as a brother, as an older brother, when I wrote Jackals, I thought about what's the worst thing that could happen.
Okay.
And, if anything were to happen, I would be like devastated. So I thought, okay, I can draw from that and I can make a story that, would be resonating with people, would be very emotional, very personal. And at the same time, people could take away something from it. Like I like to think of the characters as not evil.
Yeah.
Like they made really bad mistakes and that has affected them. Like there's consequences. And I think it's like that kind of like reckless endangerment and behavior that ripples. And if you watch the film, has like an impact towards the end.
Yeah. And I saw that it premiered at the TCL Chinese Theater, which is awesome. Congratulations. That's huge.
That's awesome.
It was a really like eye-opening moment when I got the news, because I was just like at home and I was just getting a call like from some random person, and I was like, oh, hi, who's this? Hey, we saw your film, and yeah, we want to put it in our festival, and it can be screened at the TCL, and do you have like a DCP? I'm like, what? Yes. I just said yes right away. I didn't know what a DCP was.
I was going to ask what that was.
It's like a digital cinema package.
Okay.
So it's for festivals to like be able to put your film on like a projector or to play it. And I was like, yeah, I totally know what that is. He's like, okay, well, if you don't, we can help you with that. I'm like, I think I might have done it before, but just so I know, like, how would you help me with that? And the guy was like, okay, yeah, you've never done this. Let me just tell you what it is. And it was very, very helpful. I'm sorry if I can't remember the person's name, but they were in charge of the Silicon Beach Film Festival, and they were gracious enough to screen our film. And it was so cool because when I went there was all these other films by all these other directors and artists, and it was beautiful just to see everyone there representing their film. And then we got to go on stage and give a talk about it.
Oh,
and
that's so cool.
It was just a really beautiful moment. And there was this like young actor, this young talent who came up to me afterwards. He's like asking me a question. He's like, something about the film. And I was like, whoa, kid, you were just acting in another film. And he was amazing. And there was like this one short that was like voiced by Ron Perlman. And I was just like,
wow.
It was a really humbling moment just to know like, okay, I made something, it's here, and maybe I should make more stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you spoke about your film at the theater, what did you say? What did you want to convey to the audience?
That, it was very personal. Mm-hmm. I was there with my DP and a bunch of my friends, and we were all sitting in like the middle row or like the bottom middle row and watching it, and I got to see the reactions. And I just told everyone like, I'm really grateful to be here, obviously, because all these other films are amazing and they all should be here in their own right. And to just be one of the films among them was like an honor. So I was just trying to be very gracious about it. Yeah.
That's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
That is so awesome. I feel like too, like in lieu of like, like a Terrifier, like a horror, like a classic, something scary, like you're pulling from like real life instances and things that could actually happen. And that's, I feel like that's scarier sometimes than, someone coming at you with a hatchet.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
We need both. I think there's room for those kind of films like slashers, and then
we love them.
Absolutely. Halloween, like the most iconic. But yeah, for me, like the horror films that really stayed with me were the ones where it's like, ooh, like that is not too far off from happening to any like household or something. Like if you watch like Hereditary, I guess is a great example.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, what was that?
That changed my life.
Yeah. And then The Shining, of course. I gotta always throw it out there.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows that film because it's a very real fear. There's obviously a lot of supernatural stuff, which I had in the film. But it's like that whole component of like, whoa, like when someone goes a bit too far and then they're unstable, there's that. So, yeah.
How quickly things can turn and get very real. When I watched Hereditary, after I was like, I miss the person I was before I watched this movie.
Innocent, pure.
Oh, it was like bunnies and rainbows and cotton clouds. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Gosh, but it's a great film.
It is a great film. It is
It's
a very good film. It did its job.
Yes.
Because I was thoroughly disturbed after watching it.
Mm-hmm. I just want to say I feel like horror has come a really long way in the last like 2 decades specifically, like in terms of the level of acting and writing specifically. I think it's been really impressive. I think kind of as a genre, I mean, I don't know if this is sacrilege to say, or at least in my estimation, maybe like a handful of decades back, it was kind of a genre that when you compare it to like a drama or a thriller, sometimes it can like, you know, kind of lag behind in terms of like maybe like the depth or the structure or something like that. Not all of them, obviously there's classics from every era, but just like the genre as a whole. But I feel like it's really been elevated. A lot of really talented people have stepped into that space, and I think it's a very, very formidable genre that's really on the rise. And I mean, right now, if you look at what's coming out, it feels like everything is horror. And I kind of have mixed opinions about it because it's encouraging for the genre itself, but also it's like, can we get a feel-good story again? Like, what is going on?
So before I say that thought, Weapons was one of the best movies I feel like I've seen in the last few years. Weapons and Sinners last year for me was like 2 really good films that I was like, this is like, we're doing it right. You know, it felt like you said, like it's kind of like taking the turn, and it's like these like really great actors and actresses, like especially in Weapons. Like I loved that movie. And like I was guessing the entire time. I didn't know what was happening. And same with Sinners. And I loved both of that. But I really miss an early 2000s raunchy comedy. That's what I miss. That's what I want to see come back to theaters. But that's
where is that? Paul Rudd, we need you. What are you doing?
We need you back. Which, by the way, Anaconda, highly recommend.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Highly recommend. It was the stupidity I needed in my life. And it was done so well.
I love Jack Black. Shout out.
I love Jack Black, too. I also saw on TikTok that he just like walks around Los Feliz all the time. And people just see him out in the wild all the time.
Whole Foods date for you.
There we go.
There you go. You and Jack Black could be sharing some sushi together.
That would be amazing. If it was Jack Black and Keanu Reeves and Paul Rudd, that would be sick.
Okay, you're asking for too much.
Well, maybe not all together. I mean, if they're there, awesome. But yeah, I'd love to just hang with those guys.
It's going to be hanging out at Whole Foods with binoculars, just like waiting for them to show up.
Yeah, and then I can make a horror movie about that.
Yeah,
just
perfect. Take place in the Whole Foods.
Oh yeah, the prices would be the most scariest thing. No, I'm kidding.
So you're not in an Erewhon.
There you go.
All right, gentlemen, we have reached the point of the episode.
Ooh.
Damn it moments. I hope Christian prepared you. Okay. All right, who's going first?
Oh, okay, fine. All right.
You're going first. Let's do it.
Oh, damn it moments. So this is just like day-to-day life, or is this like with the last project I did, or
however your damn it moment came to be, whichever you prefer, is the most embarrassing moment that you've had.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Start out 2026 strong.
Ooh, okay. Well, luckily we're in January still, so not a lot of embarrassment has happened yet.
You still have 11 months.
Exactly. I got time.
You've got lots
just
of
give
time.
me some time. Give me some prep. I'll say a filmmaker related damn it moment because, I think this will resonate with a lot of filmmakers. So when I was on Jackals, me and my DP would do a lot of location scouting. So we found this ranch, which is where we shot the film. And we were so in love with this ranch. We were like, oh my gosh, we want to like move into this ranch. Now, it was wonderful. We were like, there's so much that we can do with it. Like there is this bridge on the ranch where you can cross it, and it looks very like, it doesn't look sturdy. So it looks like someone could have like a chase scene, and there would be a moment where like maybe the bridge is about to collapse, and there's all these different parts to it. And we're like, we need to get this in the film. I was just looking at my DP. I'm like, John, we need this. So we did all this location scouting. And then the day of shooting, we arrive and a tree literally collapsed and cut off one of the roads leading into that section of the ranch.
Of course.
And I storyboarded, keep this in mind, I storyboarded like a whole section. I storyboarded the whole film of like this 5 to 6 minute chase scene. And I was like so excited. I had all these references. So we couldn't do that, but we're like, we still need to get this chase scene, which there is one in the film. So I'm like, it's late at night. We get the young talent out, and it's just me and the DP. Like, what are we gonna do? We like have like maybe like an hour. I'm like, hand me the camera. I'm like running around with this camera, getting like B-roll, and then he's just shooting me from like the front, like running just like straight into the camera, and we're just improvising a chase scene up a hill. You know, we couldn't use the bridge, so we're just like, we're gonna do whatever we can, and that actually made it into the movie. So at first I was like, well, damn, and then I was like, well, okay.
Well, okay. I like that. I think that's the first time on the podcast where there's been like a damn it, and then like, okay,
yeah,
we're just gonna roll with this.
And that's
Make it
filmmaking.
work.
Yes, just improvise, and it's like 90% is problem solving on a film set.
Amen. Yeah.
I can imagine that it would be. I feel like there's probably a lot of pivots where like you may spend a lot of time like planning for one scene, and then it ends up not working out, or a tree falls on your star bridge.
Exactly. We're just like, can we
rude.
just get the crew to like go around? We walk it. And it's like, dude, you know how much we're carrying? And I'm like, you know what? That's a fair point. Yeah.
But like, hit the gym before we do this. You got to be ready.
I should have taken like a lesson from like your speedo routine, your swimming routine. Sorry, you were
Get in the pool. Gotta
You guys could have went
build
to
up
the
that
Y
core.
together.
Exactly. Damn it. Oh well.
Perfect damn it
Oh, wow.
moment.
I love it.
All right.
Well, I guess to honor Christian, since he set me up with this amazing opportunity to talk to you today, I'll reference something from our set. So there's a scene where I'm in mortal danger. My character's in mortal danger, and it's a really big pivot. And sometimes as an actor, you know, like teachers have told me in the past, like wherever your mental head, like wherever your mental space is, whatever's in your head, like you have to figure out how to use that. If you're hungry, you're hungry. If you're upset that someone said something to you, you're upset. But like figure out how to use that when the cameras roll. You just have to use it. And I just couldn't quite drop into this like sense of dread and like fear, and I needed something external for myself. So as Christian is setting up the camera, I run upstairs. I'm looking around. I see a half pot of coffee. I just chugged the whole thing. I'm like, I need to get the heart rate up. I need to be scared for my life for real. So let's do it. Like, let's do the thing.
All right.
And so I run back downstairs, and so much of making movies is like hurry up and wait. And so now they're still fidgeting with the lens, and my heart rate is like through the roof, and I'm starting to sweat, and I'm like, maybe that was overkill. And so I kind of powered through the scene. I don't know if it was what they needed or not.
It's what they got.
Yeah, it's what they got. But I talked to Christian after, you know, weeks later, whenever, about how the whole shoot was going, and I brought up this moment. He didn't know previously that I had done that. And he was like, yo, the person that let us use that house was wondering where that half pot of coffee went. No! And I told him, no, nobody on my set, nobody on my cast, my crew drank that coffee. I lied to his face because I didn't know. And you drank that coffee. And I was like, dude, it's right next to the crafty table. I thought this was fair game. But yeah, you know, be careful about what you use to drop in, actors, okay? Just be a little mindful. Take that half second to be like, okay, like what is actually benefiting the overall project here? Just keep that in mind for yourself. So
Did you drink directly from the pot?
I can't remember. Look, I can hit that gear if I need to, but I can't remember. Yeah.
That was the mental image I got, which I think is the owner of the home.
Right.
I think I'd be most upset if you like put your lips on my coffee pot.
No. We're
The owner was like out. He came home. He was like, I just need a cup of coffee. And he sees it's all gone. He's just like, God.
Look, I'm a maniac, but I'm a respectful
film
maniac. So
critic.
like,
Okay.
if I did do that, I waterfalled it. It was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think that would be like the thing that I would be hung up on. It'd be like your lips touching my coffee pot.
No. I'm not a monster, guys. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, contrary
character was.
to the roles that you're playing.
Roy is a monster. Yes.
Yeah.
But such is the life of an actor. You know, somebody else writes the script, and your job is to fulfill it faithfully. Now, if the project aligns with your values is another question. I'll just say, like, if you're an actor and there's a character that really doesn't embody your values and you're on the fence about whether it's even worth your time, look at the story and look at the messaging of the story. And it's like, how is this character a symbol of something? Are they a symptom of something? Do they represent something? And does that arc, does that framing like align with your values? I think that's the best way to determine if something is actually worth your time. So I think if you play somebody that's really bad or indefensible, I don't think that that's a bad thing necessarily. You know, we need actors to play bad characters. We need bad characters to make stories work sometimes. But it's like, is the overall story aligning with your values?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Lastly, while we're both on these damn it moments, it's kind of inspired me to ask, and that's great advice, by the way, for, you know, actors or anyone in the film industry. I think you both have given a lot of great advice and a lot of great insight on this episode, but I need some tomfoolery. What's the biggest pivot that you've had, or like duct tape moment that you've had while filming or acting?
Oh man, you got to go first because I'm still stuck on the coffee.
Oh, no, you're good.
And if there's not one and that was your damn it moment, that's fine. But I'm just wondering if there's maybe something beyond that where, like, you know, you really like were in the mind of one thing and then something pivoted and changed, or there was a character, or you were filmmaking and you had to kind of like shift around, like to an extreme.
Yeah, well, like I think you mentioned earlier, filmmaking, a lot of it is waiting. And, you know, when you're making a film and you're doing it mostly out of your own pocket, you can like have moments where, you know, the funding is going to be a bit dry. So you need to like wait to like when you get to film again. And the hardest thing, I want to tell filmmakers that, you know, don't let this discourage you, because this is common, is just having those moments where like it feels like nothing is really happening. Yeah. And that can be very devastating for especially first-time filmmakers, where it's like you're making something and then you got to stop because maybe something happened, your equipment broke, or a member of the crew or cast got sick. You know, those things happen all the time, and you should never take it like as a sign of like, am I a good filmmaker? Can this project actually be completed? No, like you got to stop sometimes, catch your breath. And of course, when you have downtime, you're always still thinking, you're coming up with ideas. Right. So I think the pivoting comes in like life or whatever will like get in the way. It'll put you in a moment of like wait or rest. You'll feel idle, but your mind and your creativity should still be there, so that when you get back on set, you're able to come back like stronger, more prepared. So with my film, we had months where we were just not filming. And it was like, in total, I think it was like around a 5 or 6 day shoot. Okay. But we had so much downtime in between. I felt like, is this normal? Am I just like blundering? But then I realized it's not a race to get this thing made. Yeah. You know, it'll get made when it gets made. And when it gets made, it can either be really, really good or it can be rushed. Right. So when you have that downtime, take it. And, you know, don't feel negative about it. You know, so once you're back on set, you're there to work, you're there to create. And I think the best pivoting comes when you're like, okay, I'm going to take this time and really just prepare and do better when the moment arises comes. So, yeah.
I think it's a very valuable piece of advice, because I feel like with like, especially a film project, you can kind of feel or tell if something's a little rushed, or like if something moves very quickly. So I think you're right. Like, it may seem like a faltering thing or a negative, but like having that patience and having that time in between is probably not a bad thing. So I feel like, you know, you can kind of feel that within the project.
Absolutely. You just got to take that time. And again, like, okay, maybe there's something I can add to this scene, or maybe I can make this change or add a line.
Yeah, that's true.
And some of the greatest moments, I guess, like when making films, is like those like spontaneous moments. But I think there has to be a bit of prep, so you can have that moment of like, you just want to play and be spontaneous. Mm-hmm. When actors say they want to just, you know, throw everything out the window and just, you know, improvise in this moment. Well, I think you have to have something in the room to throw it out before you can just throw something out of the window. Otherwise, you're just throwing out air. Yeah. So, and that's the same with directors. You know, you think of a scene, you run it in your head and your mind so many times, and you're like, okay, it's going to play out like this. But then when you get on set, it's rarely like that. You know, you're always making a different film. The film is always in a state of evolution. It's like a Pokemon. And instead of having like 3 stages of evolution, it has multiple, like several. So it can be the writing phase, the production phase, the post-production phase, and even after, you know, what people make of it. So once you make it and it's out there, people can have all kinds of theories and ideas of what that film means to them. And I love that part. I really do.
That's the best part about it, right?
That and acting. I love acting.
You love acting?
Yeah.
All right. We're coming back.
That's bars. I mean, we should just call it right there. I'll just
riding on the coattails.
No,
his great answer, which it was a hell of an answer.
That was a phenomenal answer, and I'll just very slightly piggyback off of it because not much more needs to be said. But yeah, just to take it like from an acting lens, absolutely. When it comes to like actors having this impulse of throwing everything out the window, like yes, that's the next step from like being stiff and like in your body and like freaked out and just saying words instead of living through the character. But there is that middle ground. Like acting is two processes working in harmony, and it's meticulous preparation. Who is this person? What do they want? Why are they here? How do they think? Like really doing all of that research, going as deep as you possibly can, down to the beats, down to the moments, figuring every single aspect of that out, and then transitioning yourself into a state of freedom where you make that first part so familiar that even when you're like, okay, I'm just going to live in front of the camera now, you know how to live as that person.
Right.
You have to have that baseline. You have to have that groundedness so that it's not just you winging it. There's a big difference between an actor just winging it versus an actor who has become familiar with this person, right? Acting work is kind of like detective work in that phase where you study this person. You're like a private investigator for a fictional character, or maybe even a real person if it's a biopic, but you make that your understanding of that character as thorough as possible so that then you can have the freedom to just embody them. And I think that's just another side of everything you said so beautifully.
Thanks. No, I agree. You know, it can be like detective work where you're just like, let me look at these clues and traits and like, what can this person do?
You put a trench coat on as you're like doing it, just to kind of feel like you're in the PI moment. I mean,
have to.
You get like a spider web diagram on the wall and you're just like
just smoking a cigarette, trying to figure it out. It's just very Charlie Day.
Yes. Love It's Always Fun. It's sunny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like, okay, wait a minute. But what about this piece right here? Like you always find the character in different moments. Like even when you're on set, you know, when someone says something and like you suddenly have a reaction to it that maybe you didn't think of, that is gold because you didn't plan it and it comes very natural and organically from another person. Cause like you never really act, I guess, by yourself. You do, but you don't. You know, you're with someone in a scene and your attention's on them, what you want. You know, there's like a lot of technical stuff to acting, but I think what I really love the most is really the connection. Because when I'm working with people that are so passionate and they love this job, and it doesn't just have to be actors, you know, it could be cast. Well, sorry, I just said actors, crew, DPs, lighting, like people who do like grip. They all have something that's like, okay, I want to try this today. I'm very invested in this, and I love hearing about what people are invested in.
Yeah. I love the behind the scenes too of just like hearing like, you know, the process and how, you know, the journey of like putting that film together. And like I said, acting and filmmaking is just such like a new thing to me. And I love like diving in and like really learning about it. So next film either one of you work on, let's do some behind the scenes. I would absolutely love that. I think that'd be very cool to really like experience just everything like kind of going to work. Someone chugging half a pot of coffee, you know?
I'm not going to publicly endorse that. That's just a decision I made at a point in time.
You do what you got to do. Well, both of you, thank you so much for being guests on the podcast.
Thank you.
Please let the listeners know where they can find you.
Oh, man.
Absolutely. You can find us on the interwebs, my guys.
That's all you need.
Yeah, no. Follow us, I guess, Instagram. And I have a website for a film production group that I just put together. It's called Techniarch. So if you go to www.techniarch.com, you can find us there. Or, you know, just look me up on Instagram. But thank you so much for having us.
Yeah,
I really
thank you.
It. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm taking a break from Instagram right now. Just have to get my mental right. But you know what? If you're passionate about storytelling, or you want to pick my brain, or you in any way want to connect on a creative level, I'll just put my email out there. You can email me AlexeiValentinoMGMT @gmail.com. You can email me there. Reach out to me. Please don't hesitate. Let's chop it up.
Send all of your thoughts, feelings, stories, anything you want to that email address. Guys, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
And friends, we'll see you next week.